and welcome to this episode of How to Be a Person Sitting in Direct Sunlight. Yes, once again coming to you from wet, miserable England. So, it was such a lie. You know, I moved here from a country full of sunshine, hoping for, some greys and miserable weather, and what do I get?
Sunstroke in a shed.
Exactly, sunstroke in a shed. Yeah.
I thought you were English.
Right, so recap of what happened last week. You know what? Do we? I feel like we asked this question long ago. It will be for you, but for us it was yesterday because of the way we record these things. The recap. I mean, do people really need these recaps? Surely you're watching the episode before, and we can just get into playing. Do you guys need the recap?
Not today.
Not today. That's right.
I feel like when we start a full day, sometimes that's usually
new batch. That's like every 5 or so episodes. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, let us know.
Monty Python, get on with that.
Yeah, exactly. Let us know in the comments down below. So in that case, then no recap for today because we've wasted all this time talking about whether we should do recaps or not.
Good plan.
So exactly right. Initiative, over to you. I don't know, I thought that they would remember exactly where we were in the plot, and I realised that the recap's actually quite useful for me.
There we go.
Dorian had just spotted the undead beholder.
That's right.
Was flying back to camp.
Yes.
Now,
Without getting attacked.
as Doran has turned tail to fly back to camp,
Yes.
I need you to give me an insight check, please.
26.
This undead horde that is advancing towards you. There is no way that the speed that they're currently traveling at would have allowed them to have left from Erekbar. Impossible. They are moving at maybe a mile in 2 or 3 hours. It's also not difficult to track you guys. You are riding ponies across countryside that is fairly empty, except for a few dwarvish farms here and there. So hoof tracks are pretty straightforward to see. And it's not like you're moving stealthily and covering your tracks. So you're uncertain as to why they are being so slow. And then you see your campsite. And your campsite is glowing very faintly with this green energy.
Green energy.
What?
Who's been farting?
Little magical fart.
Interesting.
Oh.
You also feel like you could move that green glow.
I will reach out with my mind towards that green glow. Does my consciousness come up against something?
No, but it does feel like, with your hand outstretched, it feels like you could move it to almost anywhere that you could see from up here. Forwards, backwards, almost like, almost as if you're holding a torchlight, and you can now shine it wherever you like.
So I'm going to reach out with my hand and kind of like imagine picking up this green glow and moving it 90 degrees over to my right. And then I want to see what happens to this group of monsters if they pick up on that.
Looking back, the purple flame, you have to watch it for a while.
Yeah.
Rain pouring down, getting into your armor everywhere. It suddenly starts going 90 degrees to the right.
Okay. I'm going to get ahead of that group of monsters and I'm going to fly down towards that green mist, or green glow.
Sure.
And I'm going to walk right up to it. I land, I assume, on a field.
Yeah.
Is there an edge to this glow?
It's difficult to tell because once you are close to it, it suddenly just starts to dissipate.
It's like being in the cloud.
Right. Interesting. Okay. I don't know what to make of this, I say to myself. No one's here. And
Rain pouring down, cold, wet, miserable.
more mysteries. And I fly back to camp,
Okay, leaving the glow where you
leaving
set
the
it.
glow where I left it.
All right, perfect.
I would still be waiting for him to come back. I'm checking in through Sol around again just to see what he's at.
Yeah.
Sol appears to be in a tree. He's also not alone.
Is he hooked up?
He has.
Oh God.
That's what he heard.
I stopped looking through it immediately. I tried to erase from my mind what I saw.
Because the face of a fruit bat ain't a face you want to look into that closely. Anyway.
He's young, he has needs.
Sure. So, yes, you get back to camp.
I lightly dropped down to the ground in front of Gottfried, and without speaking up, Gottfried, about half a mile or a mile behind us, there was a group of undead dwarves, humans, and also what looked to be, if I can just describe it, a sort of dead skull-like creature with tentacles with eyes on it.
I know what that is.
Give me an Arcana check.
Have you come up against something like that?
26.
Yes, it is a beholder. Although if it's undead, it's undead beholder.
Yeah. Death Tyrant? Anyway, that is extremely bad. We should... But it's not moving any faster?
It's not moving any faster, and it's not moving towards us anymore, Gottfried.
Why is this?
When I was up there, flying above the trees, I could see this black ball of creatures, like some mist surrounding it. I saw a trail leading back towards Eric Bar into the distance. I was flying back to alert you all, and I saw a green glow covering the camp. Did you see any green glow here?
No.
Curious.
Is there still green glow sitting on us?
It is not. Because I managed to move it.
You managed to move it.
I reached out towards this green glow and moved it 90 degrees over yonder.
I'll look in that direction, see if I can see it.
Nothing.
And what is more curious, Gottfried, is that the creature seemed drawn to that green glow. Have you come across anything like this before?
I presume I have not. I think this may be something rather unique. You mentioned you made... let me put it this way. Is there something that happened very recently that might account for a power of this kind?
I suspect entirely so, Gottfried. When I woke up from making my unexpected, though hopefully final deal with Damnifer himself.
Do we know that name?
Give me a religion check.
Oh, you've... Yes, I want to fucking know, man. Oh, you son of a bitch. It's...
Spend mine.
Okay. All right. No. Let's keep at least a couple of these fucking things.
Yeah.
I did get a 13.
A 13, the name Damnifer. It's definitely infernal. And in infernal, Damnifer means the smiling one.
Okay, that's important.
Look, Gottfried, we can talk about the details of the deal I made with Damnifer. In fact, I was going to ask you for help at some point in time in reviewing my contract.
You mentioned Damnifer as well to me, didn't you? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So you made a deal with Damnifer to return from the dead.
Return from the dead with conditions, Gottfried. And my main condition was to grant me the power to eradicate the shadow from this world. And as soon as I came back, I saw a trail of darkness leading towards Eric Bar, much like the trail of darkness I see leading from this group of creatures. It seems to me that at least I have the power to identify the shadow-touched creatures. But there's obviously more. The second half of this equation is destroying them somehow.
I don't think we should attempt to try to destroy Death Tyrant, but so you can misdirect these creatures essentially.
You're a scholarly man, Gottfried. Do you not think I should try to engulf these creatures in the green glow?
We are talking about an unprecedented and unique power. I don't know if this is really the time for experimenting, because that's the only way you're going to learn.
Don't you ever take any risks as a scholar, Gottfried?
Oh, at this point, we can take all the risks you like. So if you want to do it, sure, but we should at least wake up the others.
Waking up the others, yeah.
So when he's looking at this green glow, I'm seeing nada, zero, nothing. Okay. I'm just going to
Also
blow.
dark, and there's a thunderstorm raging.
Okay.
Let us prepare anyway to run, because they're not far behind us. They're moving very slowly. But if this group of monsters is drawn to us somehow, I think we need to move on. We can't rest here for a night.
My impression was they were moving very, very slowly, and now
Very
you
slowly.
have misdirected them.
Yeah.
Did
I bias 8 hours, Guy, until they reach that green glow?
Give me an intelligence check.
My specialty. Yeah, 7.
Yeah, you probably bought about 8 hours.
Yeah, thought so.
Yeah, you moved the green glow at least 12 miles away from us, from your current situation. Yeah.
Okay, that's what I get with the 7.
Because I am so incredibly tired. But look, you do what you wish. I reached a point where I'm now not particularly confident in my own powers of judgment. I seem to have made some very extraordinary errors. So I will take your lead, I suppose. But I have to say that this business of making another pact with another power, you're on 2 strings now, and I hope at some point, you're going to get pulled apart.
I rustle some leaves with thaumaturgy. My divine has still blessed me. But I wonder about why he did that in the first place, Gottfried. My suspicion is that I'm not Halvoth's champion as I have always thought. My current theory is that when I opened the gate to the Shadowfell and released this beast, Halvoth cursed me with his power to make amends. Gottfried, I am not a champion. I am a blunt tool sent to fix what I broke.
Well, if you permit me my theory, which I will tell you very, very briefly, I am of the mind that your Halvoth is not so much a steward of something sacred as a tyrant, and that you have been his foot soldier for long enough. But as I say, my confidence in my judgment is a little
It's
undermined.
a little bit late in the night for heresy.
Heresy, says the man who just made a deal with the devil.
True.
Who's on second watch? Assuming that you decide to stay.
Well.
I will fly back up, and I will move the green thing even further away. I
Sure.
will try and push it really.
You can push it to the extent of your vision. Unfortunately, it's not that far, given that it's a thunderstorm and it's raining. But it's a good 4 or 5 miles.
Okay. All right. Well, let's.
I mean,
I'll
God
go
is
for
probably
the second.
back asleep at this point.
Yeah, Georgie will have said she'll do a watch, so if you wake her up, she's ready to do a watch.
I will stay up as well.
You
because-
should get some rest if you've been up.
Do I explain to you that there is a horde of
Yeah?
shadow creatures?
Okay, there's stuff
fine.
coming. Can you make sure I can see in the dark?
That I can.
Great. I'll keep a watch. You should get some rest.
Wake me up every hour so I can do it for you again.
Cool. And I will wake him up every hour.
I think that's how it works.
It's okay.
But I don't think that's going to give you your long rest.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me rest, therefore.
I'll let you rest, yeah.
The dark night swirls on.
Batman?
It's gone
And
again.
yes.
Batman?
Oh, very nice.
Dark Knight rises.
I need you to give me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh, shit.
I'm asleep. Leave me
Yes,
be.
you are.
Oh, I have advantage in those now. Oh, sorry, a proficiency in those now.
Oh, nice.
22.
22. All right. On 22, you manage to keep this fragment as you are woken for your watch. You were having a dream. You were looking for something in this dream. Possibly it was a teddy bear that you had as a young child. Or it could be your mother. Something you were looking for, and as you found where you knew it to be, you put your hands onto this carved flower, carved in stone, quite neatly carved, and you put your hand onto this flower, and you knew that behind this flower was where your teddy bear or mother is. And then you wake up to do your shift.
Hey, get up. It's your turn.
But it was one of those dreams that felt so real that when you're waking up, your hand still feels the impression of what this you know this flower. It's a dusk lily.
Okay.
And you know this carving. You've seen it before. But for the love of money, you cannot remember where. But you can almost feel the little bits of mortar or dust that were on the stone as you were pushing. That's how real the dream is. You haven't had dreams in a long time.
Yes, Georgie.
So cool.
Yeah?
So cool.
How does dreaming work?
We kind of just like see pictures in your head, and sometimes things are all distorted, and sometimes like you're eating your own pillow and that sort of thing, really.
This doesn't feel like that.
No?
No. I was searching for something close to me. A childish notion, or whatever it was. But I felt what I touched so vividly.
What did you touch?
Flower carved in stone. I believe it to have been a dusk lily.
Oh, I don't think I've ever seen one of them.
Curious. I don't know the symbolism. Perplexing, but I think I know who I'll question this about in the morning.
Yeah.
I'll carry on for now. Did anything happen in the night?
Oh, yeah. She tells him everything about the beholder. And then... lovely listen to your dreams, by the way.
Okay.
So just, Doran seems to think he's moved them in a different direction, but keep an eye out, and I'm happy to be woken up.
Do you have in your possession a dusk globe? A light little orb of...
Drift globe, yeah.
Drift globe.
Yeah, I do, yeah.
I don't have one, but if I could have some way of illuminating the night, that will probably help me.
Will it draw things to us?
Well, it's either that or I just go off my ear. Maybe if I have it just in case.
Just in case, yeah, like if you're like, I can hear something better. I mean, can wake Doran up and it'll give you a bit of night vision for a bit.
I'll
But...
leave him be for now.
Yeah.
I can appreciate where he's at spiritually, and at least sleep gives us a brief respite.
Well, I'm glad you can appreciate him right now, because I'm struggling.
Let's just say we're both disappointed in him.
That might be an understatement, buddy.
Well, I didn't just re-condemn my soul to save a man who's, well, you know.
Yeah. Have a good watch.
Yeah.
The rain finally stops in the middle of your watch, and looking up, you unfortunately still don't see it. Do not look up. You don't see any stars. It looks as if it's going to be an overcast day.
Rather than being as attentive as I should to the watch, I'd like to spend a bit of time, firstly, examining my contract, but briefly. And what I'm looking for, Damnifer mentioned that he made an addendum to our existing contract, meaning, to my mind, that the original agreement is in place. And the access to certain libraries and the helping to boost my station to that of chief advisor
Yes.
to the High King.
High Kings of Renown.
Yes.
Now that was our original agreement, and
Correct.
I re-signed this. Is there anywhere in that contract that is that still on the table? Or...
Give me an investigate check, please.
Okay.
Because D&D does not have a legal check.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Investigate.
Roll for bureaucracy.
Yeah.
Oh, a dirty 20 with a 19 roll.
Oh, lovely. So technically, that part of the contract had been fulfilled because you had become the advisor to the High King. However, it also states that the knowledge that you gained and that position would be for your entire life, which you technically lost, but now have it back. So, searching deeper into the sub-clauses, at any point in time, you believe that you could approach the High King and he would have to reinstate you as his high advisor and give you access to the libraries at Valenhold.
That, my friends, is what we call score.
Not just a pretty face.
Not even. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's prettier now.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. That was objective number 1. With that sealed, I'm going to spend a bit of time summoning and dismissing Alphonse, the sword,
Yes.
who I can no longer commune through. The orb is all but dead to me. It's just a glass ball. I put that away. Summon the sword, and I feel like I can hear Alphonse within the blade itself.
Indeed. What does he say?
I'm trying to hear him, but it's difficult. I'm not sure. But I can feel a stronger bond to him than I ever felt before, as if we're tied to each other somehow. I'm not sure. Can I maybe get to the bottom of how are we connected so deeply?
Give me an insight check.
I can try. 16.
The more you work together, the more likely you are to bond. That's what you are picking up.
Keep stabbing.
At the moment. You wake Durin for the last watch?
Yeah.
All right. You are greeted by this very grey light on the far horizon. It is not yet dawn, but it's about 2 hours to dawn.
Durin. I kick you awake very ungraciously. Just sort of, not hard, just tap on the leg.
Yes, Avery. Is my watch already?
What did you agree to?
It's no secret why I agreed to, Avery.
What were the terms?
The terms were a pledge of my service. And in return, I would be sent back to the material plane to chase down and eradicate the shadow, which, in my mind, Avery, I played some significant part in bringing to the material plane all those years ago.
I fear you've been played yourself.
How so?
These events have conspired and been contrived to trap you. I don't know enough about your Halvoth, but I'm beginning to suspect that perhaps all the events that happened in your life were laid before you. If I were a suspicious man, I think you're being used, and you were always going to be used.
How is that possible, Avery? I mean,
The events that led you to open the Shadowfell in the first place.
it was the curiosity of a young dwarf reading a forbidden book.
I would be very curious to learn how that book came into your possession.
Georgie and I found it. We found the tower.
The tower?
Old wizard's tower. Deep in the Elder Glen, near where we grew up in Stonehurst, which is not far detour from where we are going, to be honest. We'll pass not far from it. And Georgie and I, as children, we used to climb this tower. Georgie was always a much better climber than I was, longer legs. We found lots of old manuscripts and books there, many ruined and desiccated to the to time itself. But once I found a hidden book, Avery, and that was the book which I deciphered and read, which led to the opening of the portal and the release of the Shadow Beast. The book was hidden. It would be a stretch to my mind that someone would lay a hidden book in the path of a curious dwarf in the back end of nowhere to start this tumultuous set of events. I'm not sure I can agree that there was some master plan.
Maybe not, but maybe a child one day would find it. And maybe, just maybe. Well.
What struggle I appreciate, Avery, and believe me, I'm curious as to your experience with, I assume, our similar benefactors now. Damnifer, I assume.
But you say you've pledged yourself to him. In the same fashion you pledged yourself to Halvorth. How can that possibly work?
It is an interesting theological question, Avery, and again, I will do the same thing that I do with Gottfried. I will thaumaturgy some movement of trees nearby. It seems to me that for now, Halvorth is satisfied with this arrangement. Maybe Damnifer's goals align in some way with Halvorth's goals. After all, I asked for the power to eradicate the shadow and this curse of undeath which is rolling through the lands, and maybe that's also what Halvorth wishes for.
Despite everything that happens, you have kept your naive optimism. I'm turning in for the night. I wish you luck.
And you, Avery.
Your watch passes uneventfully, unless you are going to do something during it.
Not right now. Just staring into the darkness.
All good. And so you awaken after a long rest with only 130 miles to go. Do you begin your day again?
I think after we've had how many rests since the forest? 2.
This is your second long rest.
Godfrey's looking a little bit more refreshed. He's got a weird smile on his face. And as he's having breakfast and
Tea.
he's looking at this tea, and he's looking at the tea for a long time. And then he goes, I'm not going to drink this shit anymore, and throws the cup away.
That's fine by me. It was more a habit than anything.
You know, I haven't felt this at liberty in a long time, because suddenly I don't feel much of a sense of obligation for the first time in 40 years. Because, you know, I thought I had done something terribly wrong, but you had already made a deal with the devil and sold your soul for the sake of a young man's ego. I want to be cleverer than the other man. So you know what I think? I think what I did, you deserved it. And he goes and studies his book.
I'm very conflicted.
Stab the old man, shank the old man.
Despite the initial anger, Avery had come to rely on our friendship. And he's the small part of his rekindled humanity is sad to see how we are behaving to each other.
Busy making the break.
Yeah, just do it.
Dejectedly, I'm just looking at the cup on the floor. For a
Georgie,
minute.
has been just doing it, and she'll just kind of give you a...
Thank you.
Yeah.
Come, we must strike camp before these beasts get back on our track again.
Let's make a move.
All right. You are on the road again.
On the road again.
I need a hug.
Slap.
I'm alive now. I need hugs again.
Okay, so we are moving forward. And our very first check that I'm going to ask for from any one of the four of you would be an athletics.
Please.
Why aren't you just getting the horses to roll, Guy?
I mean, I can, but the horses are not that smart. They're kind of not necessarily go in a straight line, right? Wait a minute before you roll.
Oopsie.
Are you pushing,
Oh.
extreme pushing, traveling at normal, or are you going slower?
I think pushing. It's first thing in the morning.
Normal.
Yeah,
Okay.
normal.
All right. Plus two to the DC. Okay.
Okay. That is a 17.
You push, but you manage to make your 15 miles. But you suspect that if you hadn't got to this particular point, you may have tired out everybody. So very close thing. Yeah. Well, with the plus two, right?
Yeah. Right.
Next up, I need, if you please, from somebody else now, a nature check.
+5, +0.
+2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A nature boy.
Yeah. 23.
You didn't tell me what you
Oh
were
shit!
doing.
Let's take it as normal.
Take it as normal.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah,
10 miles.
Yeah. It's all right. Godfrey's a little distracted.
Yeah. All right. I now need a perception check, if you please.
+4.
Me too.
But you probably have other stuff up your sleeve, unless
Unless we need to lie or
unless we need to
persuade
lie or
or-
hide or intimidation.
I'll go for it.
Maybe you go for it, just in case.
I'll go for
So like
slight push. The plus,
Slight push, +2.
yeah,
Okay.
I think so. What am I doing? Perception, right? 17.
Just managed to do it. You've got 35 miles today so far. You've now encountered a dwarvish hamlet, which is oblivious to what is going on. You can either go through the hamlet, in which case you could restock food supplies and that sort of thing, or you could circumnavigate the hamlet.
I think we could
Keep
do
your
with a.
presence hidden.
Well, let's do a little shufty just before we go in, via bat, just to see if there's anything weird going on in there. Before we actually
All right.
walk in.
If you're going to stop in town, it will cost you an hour.
I would like to not. I don't trust it. I'd rather push on.
All
We
right.
still have oats and flapjacks, right?
Yeah.
Not. We're running low.
And if we pass
foraging.
through them, anything following us might.
They might bring stuff through there. No, that's fair.
That's the point.
Should we warn them?
Any interaction we have with them causes them risk.
What I've seen from the trailing is that they're following our trail exactly. So
So they
if
are
we
following the trail of the green thing that you are.
let us see in the evening if the green thing comes back
Green
over our
thing?
camp or not.
First
I
thing-
explain maybe as we're traveling about this
Ah.
green thing.
All right.
Yes. I don't see it now.
Not whilst you're here.
And okay, can I? So as we are moving around, can I hang back a little bit and let the party move forward?
You can, and the green sphere appears to have rescinded on the party.
Oh. Oopsie.
Okay.
Do you think it's worth
Can you move it
me?
again?
I think so. Can I try and move it now during the
You
daylight?
can,
Okay.
but
Right
what
on the
you
town.
realize now that because you can see during the day, you move it, say, to that hill over there,
Yeah.
and you watch it, and ever so slowly it starts to drift back to where the party is.
But I moved back away from the party a little bit. So where is it centering exactly?
Seems well now that you've moved it. Before you moved it, it seemed to be centering on where the majority of the party.
Majority.
is.
So it's average. Yeah. Okay.
That's very interesting. So you're going to have to keep doing that.
Go okay.
Go away, green thing. Is it worth me terrifying a dwarven villager to telepathically warn them that bad things are coming their way? If we don't want to make our presence felt, they could at least
That's a noble intent.
Give someone a warning of some kind.
Yeah. You can pretend to be some sort of higher being or whatever. Maybe
Some
they'll
washerwoman.
take it as a sign.
Joan of Arc is born, you know. Drop a sword in front of her. I'll cast invisibility and approach the hamlet.
Right.
Literally the first person I see.
I'll take care of Godfrey's horse whilst.
Right.
Nice. And literally first person. Get out of here, all of you.
Are you saying this out loud?
No, telepathically.
Oh, telepathically.
Right into their head. So it's like
Yes.
a divine vision that someone's either going to successfully use to warn the thing, or they're going to get ostracized by their entire community.
All right. So the person that you did it to, the first person that you saw, lucky, the first person that you saw happened to be a dwarvish god of some sort. He has a spear.
Militia man or something,
Yeah, exactly. And you say, get out of here immediately,
All of you.
right?
Death is coming.
Oh, death is coming.
Yeah.
Well, he turns and he just bellows out, we've got to leave right now! Death is fucking coming! And people are like, what are you saying? What is this, Annie? No, we've got to go. Voice told me to go.
Yeah, sorry about that. It's the best I can do.
All right. And so there seems to be a great big...
Can you not, you telepathically chat once?
No, he just loses interest and goes back.
Oh,
to the party.
okay, fine.
All right.
They might keep an eye out.
There
you
is
know, more
there is
closely.
much consternation amongst the dwarves, and so you're going to carry on moving. So I need a deception check from who has not yet rolled.
Yes, deception check from.
Yeah, there you go. He's the last person left.
Very nice.
Oh, that disappointingly, dear viewers, I no longer have +10 deception as I'm no longer an expert. I only have 7.
Oh, before you roll, sorry.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it's yeah.
I said, okay, we're all a bit.
We are all a bit fatigued.
Just a regular pushing, the +2.
The
if you will.
+2. All right, go ahead.
If
Make
you
your
will.
roll. Make your roll.
That's a 17 on the nose.
Oh my god.
Wait a minute, you got
Looking
+7,
this out,
that's
man.
12.
No, sorry, you're right, mathematics. That's a 19.
19. All right.
It's not like me to be like,
know, wasn't
wait a minute, that was wrong.
You could have said it was 17 on the cheek.
So that gets you 55 miles
What?
in just over 4 hours of travel.
Wow.
Told you got a.
And as you were leaving the dwarvish village, you did see that the dwarves were clustered and several were sort of starting to gather wagons and things.
Oh,
Hmm.
nice.
Okay.
Wonder what direction they'll go in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't tell him shit.
That part didn't translate so well.
My bucket is done.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So with
I haven't
55
had my morning tea, so I'm grumpy.
Yeah, I shouldn't have chucked it at Avery.
Exactly. With your 55 miles under belt, you can choose to once again just continue on that.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
So that's 110 miles. That means that you are 180 miles into your 200-mile journey. Yeah.
1 day ahead of schedule.
Yes.
So conceivably, we could just push on just a little bit further. and
I
just get
suppose
there.
we could, yeah.
You are tired, but yes, you could push the extra 20 miles and get into Grisdune ahead of schedule.
Could you tell us a little bit about Grisdune, the size of it, and the armaments and all these things?
You both can make history checks. Anybody else can make history with disadvantage.
Within 20 miles, can we see anything?
No.
No.
No, okay.
8.
Okay.
-1.
It's a little spit of a town.
Okay.
Look, if we've got things following us, do we want to go into the town? Should we maybe try and deal with them before? I mean, can we?
Well,
I don't think so.
How many
No.
creatures did I see, Guy, in that little group?
You saw 5 undead and then this creature.
we
This
haven't
is-
checked in with Captain Charles in a while.
Yes, indeed, yeah.
Yeah. No, I'll give her a ring. Captain Charles.
Yes. How are you doing?
Oh, we're close to Grisdune. How are you?
I am doing much better now, thank you. And Alexander is recovering quite well.
Is it just you and Alexander?
That is all that I could say, yes.
Can I talk to Alexander? Does that work like that?
Yes, we are currently resting before we make our final journey.
Great. I would appreciate that if you don't mind.
All right. Hello, it's Dilly.
Hi, Dilly. It's really good to hear your voice. How are you getting on with the captain?
I got a wound.
You did? Where?
Well, we were in this big warehouse and we were hiding, and the next moment, this undead dwarf giant, I don't exactly understand what it was, but Theron, she wasn't very specific. Anyway, this giant came in and she protected me from it whilst it was trying to rip our heads off. Unfortunately, it had quite a long reach, and so it quite badly damaged my leg, but I'm okay.
Well, I'm glad you're okay. Theron, is that Captain Charles' first name?
Yes.
Ah, and she's been looking after you all right?
Yes, we turned into bats.
You turned into a bat?
Rock and roll,
Yes.
man.
You're still yourself, though? You're not, like, extra pale or anything yet?
Well, I guess I'm a bit pale, but isn't that because of the wound?
Yeah, no, probably, yeah. Cool. Well, I'm really glad to hear your voice. We're going to see you really soon, all right?
Ask him, is his girlfriend a biter?
You've not got a girlfriend, have you?
Well, no.
No, you're too young, right? You're not getting married to nobody anytime soon, right?
Georgie, can we talk about that later?
Okay, yeah, sure.
It's just difficult because we're in a tree.
Right. Yes, because you're a bat.
No.
No, not anymore. Right, no, yes. I'm understanding. Okay, well, you do you. If you pass me back, if you don't mind.
You hear this fumbling sound and then... Yes.
Yes. Thank you for saving him from the wound and turning him into a bat. Can I just check how you did that, please?
There is an ability that I can transform myself and anything that I'm carrying into bats.
Cool. That sounds great. That's excellent work. Well done.
You thought I have turned him into a vampire.
Well, I've heard some stories in the past, and I just wanted to check. You know, I don't know much about. I only know like bedtime stories, really.
Lies and horrible stories that cause you to judge others without knowing them. I see.
I'm trying not to.
Yeah, good job on that one. Is there anything else you want?
Sorry. I look forward to seeing you soon.
The ring ends.
Pass that up, man. You got to pass that up.
Tell Saul not to try and fuck the vampire.
No, I want to see that happen. I don't want to see it happen, but I want to pass it on.
No.
Experiment is worthy scientifically. See what the fuck happens when a hellbat has sex with a vampire bat.
I tell the party they're all right. They're about a day away. They're resting. They're in a tree. She's not turned him into a vampire. It's good. I think she might not want to have a drink with me anymore, but you know, we'll see.
Or of you.
Oh.
That's how vampires work.
Yeah, but like I'm trying not to be too judgy. So maybe she won't. Oh, shush. Right. So what are we doing? We're going trying to push forward? Should we camp? Should we try and deal with these people, these undead beings?
No, a Death Town is a creature of extraordinary power. I do not think we would prevail.
Then why are we going to guide them to the town then?
Oh, we're not going to guide them. You must.
If we're in the town, they're going to follow us.
I will have to keep moving the scent
Unfortunately,
of the party away.
You may have to do that on a very frequent basis.
Yeah.
That's my life now.
I think it is, yeah.
You're moving. They're trailing us, but you're throwing them off the scent?
It seems to me that there is a green haze centered on our party. Us four, not an individual, not one person, but us four as a group. And I seem to be able to pick it up and move it with incredible speed from one location to another instantaneously almost.
But you have to maintain that.
I can move it, and then it very slowly starts to recenter on us.
Godfrey grumbles and goes, and he opens his book and starts doing a detect magic ritual that he's not interested in at all. Because he doesn't think it's going to work, but he's going to do it anyway. Just to see if he can detect this effect.
Your detect magic gives you an incredibly faint trace of abjuration.
Abjuration, that's interesting.
Protection magic.
Okay. But it doesn't give me a kind of a central location of the source of this magic that I could then identify now.
No, it's kind of like trying to look for the edges of a fog in a fog.
Yeah, I get you. Okay. I'll relate, I don't know, this thing, abjuration magic. I don't know.
Look, it seems to be helping us in some way right now, so I can suggest we continue to use it. Do we want to try our experiment, Godfrey, tonight before we get into this city or town?
I forgot what our
The
experiment
experiment was to move the green thing over what happens when the creatures reach the green
Oh,
thing.
yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
So let's camp out
Before we get to
of
the
the
town.
city.
Okay.
Of the town,
alright.
Yeah.
It's not a city. It's hard to tell.
Okay. And then we can discuss what we do. Right? Once
Yeah.
Charles arrives with the boy, what is our next step? Right.
All right, let's spend some time looking for a really
nice
good place to
campsite.
camp.
And
yeah?
we don't think we can take on what's following us?
I do not think so, no. If I am right about what it is, it's extremely powerful.
If you've ever come across one of these
No,
things.
I've read about it, though.
Okay.
It has eye stalks, each of which can shoot rays that do very, very bad things indeed. And also, well, I don't know, I can't really remember. Anyway, very powerful.
And it's undead.
Yeah.
Does that make it less powerful?
No, on the contrary.
More powerful?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
More or less, I suppose. I don't have the mastermind in front of me, but yes, very bad. I wouldn't like to fight it.
Okay. Well, yeah, let's camp somewhere, take some time to do some research or whatever it is that you do with your books and...
I think they mean field research.
You all look around the field that you're currently standing in and it's like,
Chill talk.
I'll see myself.
I gotta cure wounds because that.
Dad joking.
all right, so are you looking for a campsite?
Yeah, like
Okay, go
somewhere
ahead. Give me
really
survival
good.
checks, those that are looking.
Yeah. Preferably one with a kind of potential as a choke point, just in case we do get attacked.
Yeah.
So something maybe nearby ambushable area.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or 15.
Anybody else looking?
Yeah, 16 then.
So it's
Much
31.
Dirty 20?
Oh,
51.
16.
Oh, very nice. That gets you over the mark. So you do, in actual fact, find just off of the field, once again, there are these little streams and brooks and things, but there is a large crevice in the cliff face that creates literally a single access point. It's actually almost a natural cave, although it doesn't go in too far, maybe 30 feet. But that would give you a single point of entry.
I don't want to point out that it could be a place to lure the creatures. We place the green thing inside the cave, we stand back, they move inside.
Yeah, let's
It
see what
could be
happens.
a very unpleasant environment for them if we hit them with everything we've got.
Well, let's see what the green haze thing does.
Okay.
I wouldn't.
Like that plan. He's starting to think more aggressively.
I was sent here to do a job.
yeah. Isn't this what you've been sent to destroy?
Correct.
I hope you've been given sufficient power to do that.
Let's find out.
All right. So what's your plan?
So I think the plan is, first of all, to experiment to move this thing on top of them to see if that affects them or...
Okay. Are you flying up again?
I assume we're waiting till night time to do this,
Sure.
right? Because I need
It is almost night anyway.
Okay. So I'll fly up and move this green haze over the black bubble.
They are exactly 1 mile behind you again.
That doesn't
not
seem
good.
possible, seeing as we traveled 110 miles today.
I think they must be phasing in and out of the prime material plane or something. I don't know.
Position-wise, I imagine we're in ambush around the entrance of the cave?
Well, we should be at a distance first to see if the green haze affects them. Because if it does not, if it doesn't debilitate them in any way, I don't think we should try to fight them. Trust me when I say, if it is what I think it is, no chance.
Okay, but I'm going to scout out the area immediately around the cave for any good hiding spots.
Sure, not a problem. You find a few behind boulders and things that you could quite easily snipe from. You move the green sphere over them, and for a moment they stop dead, and then the green sphere snaps back to where you left these three.
Okay. Okay. So no like significant effect then.
No, they continue moving.
Okay. I think that we have to take them, Gottfried. They are always 1 mile ahead of us, behind us. I think they're slow, but they are eventually going to catch up with us. And I think we need to find a proper place to stand our ground and take them down.
What happens, so you say the haze eventually finds us. What happens if we all separate through these woods and see where this force focuses on? Is it one of us? Are we carrying something?
The experiment we did before showed that it will find the middle area between the four of
But
us.
we've always been travelling close.
Yeah.
Yes, but when I hung back
But
before.
if all four of us separate,
Yeah.
So that if we create a kind of a rectangle and it is in the center, that misdirects this thing without you having to...
Misdirection?
Missed direction, yes.
I will again.
You with a dad joke this morning, man.
So let's experiment. Everyone move 200 feet only, because we don't have much time. These are 1 mile behind us. 200 feet away, and let's see where the mist goes.
Right in the middle of all four of you.
Okay.
Hypothesis confirmed.
So we are...
I cannot stress enough, I don't think we can defeat this thing. Unless you have some new power to instantly destroy it.
They are very slow, is the one thing I would say, Gottfried. If we try and lure them into the cave, surprise them with as much firepower at one time as possible.
Does anyone have a way of holding someone in the cave? Because
No, not at present, I do not. Well,
pushing them back in. I have a new power, summoning forth tentacles and nightmares.
oh yeah.
wow.
I can cast that on an area if you can keep them in.
No, I can't. I could grab one of the lesser creatures, but you have to understand the beholder. I mean, I don't think there's much weak. I don't even think your brute strength will prevail, and I don't think the magic that we have at our disposal will. I think it will shrug it off.
We have an opportunity now to at least try and do something. They seem to be very slow moving. If we at least lure them into the cave, we have a really good shot to injure them. If it transpires that it is not enough, I can simply walk away almost how slow they're going, Gottfried.
Yeah, if you two hang back, I can teleport the two of us out of there if it gets too hairy, and we'll make a run for it on the horses over there, and we'll head for the town.
Sure.
Otherwise, they will follow us to our grave, Gottfried.
They won't have long to run. All right. Why not? This is as good as any.
So this is what you are doing.
Oh, yes.
All right, I will draw the cave.
Running, like Gottfried's speciality.
To die.
We're going to die. Okay, I can get rid of these now.
It's your turn this time.
Yeah, right. We're all one big happy family of Damnifer, and
Damn if you do.
Seriously, stop it. Please. Psychic damage.
I will, however, give you inspiration, because that is literally the inspiration for the name.
Very cool.
Right, needed. Well needed.
All right, so this is...
Dad joke hell.
This is all solid rock.
Boulders. We were
yes.
promised boulders.
I did promise boulders.
Come on, man. Where are the boulders?
Georgie's going to lead the horses to somewhere that she feels will be out of the way. She kind of asks Dora in what direction they're coming in and gets the horses to safety with the last of the oats.
So easy to forget the horses.
So easy.
She's used to looking after animals.
And there's the little stream that...
Thunderstep. That'll be how I get out. I can carry up to one other willing creature and then hurt everything that we leave behind.
I can tell you,
The cave will come down.
we're nowhere near this shit.
Well, if we're next to each other, we'll be the higher concentration of... So to draw them to us, and if you two stay apart, then...
I'm going to go.
Right, position yourselves, if you
Yeah.
please.
Well, initially, I would like us two to hide behind the boulders.
Because I'm doing everything through the awakened mind. I'm as
Yeah,
far away as I can.
fair.
Because I don't.
He
think-
does not...
What is
With
your
the
range
horses.
of your awakened mind?
300 feet. So,
So you are 300 feet away.
Near the horses, yeah. Like, at least.
Oh, leave him with the horses?
Yeah.
So, if we can hide behind the horses and you tell the greeny oozy thing to wait inside the cave,
We've put the horses far away,
bye.
but
By the
near,
old-
near the old man then.
this will be the awakened mind.
All right.
Okay,
Stick it on a 20 for luck.
so we're, what, behind?
Yeah, together behind the same boulder there, I think.
I assume they're coming in directly from this way. and
Yes.
I'm going to
So,
plant the green
little bit.
mist kind of in the cave.
Yeah.
All right.
Continually controlling it. So I would imagine I've climbed up above the cave.
Sure, you can put yourself up there.
Yeah.
And I'll try and help us conceal us as best we can.
All right, you can actually put yourself on the square, and then that just says you're up there. Do you feel how hot these dice are getting? Never have metal dice in direct sunlight.
Oh yeah, hot dice.
I'm like, I don't want to touch them anymore.
Hot table, hot table.
All right, all right, all right. And so we have entering into your potential trap one zombie,
Oh, that's okay.
Oh, he's not.
another zombie, a third zombie,
Hit the big thing first, yeah?
a fourth zombie, a fifth zombie, and then we have this drifting in
Fucked. We are
towards you.
Do you have any idea? Okay.
And that just floats over the top. And that is what is heading towards your little ambush. But we'll be back next week.
Non è parte di interessante, man. Perché qui si faccia.
Oh dear, 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 oh dear.
Now
oh
I'm
dear.
seeing it?
Now, if it's just a zombie beholder, and I don't think it is, then it's fine. If it's an actual death round, we are fucked.
Well, we shall see. We shall see. All right. So now we are rolling a 9. Scott, favorite moment again. Do you have a favorite moment?
It's been a lot of running this week.
Tell you what, I'm going to ask you a question instead.
Well, I do quite enjoy your poor dwarf
Oh, right, yeah.
that you told nothing.
Yeah.
You told him nothing.
That
Run for your life!
That was good.
And somehow
It worked.
he decided to run for his life. Now let's hope he doesn't run into danger.
Indeed. Maybe he's there.
Yeah, that's one zombie.
So I have a question for you. What prompted you to say that Avery was sad about Gottfried's reaction?
Because despite everything, the story of Avery and Gottfried is one of dedication. And I know how much he's been hurting and how much you've been repenting and living with that guilt for so long. he lied about it, but he held it in, and now he has to deal with
having no purpose in generally being bereft of.
Yeah. Only Gottfried has the answers. His own turmoil.
Lovely.
Perhaps.
There you go. If you want more of that kind of insight, let us know in the comments down below. Until next week, thanks for watching. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Here's in.